pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You guys? Apparently. Okay. Billy, I'll get in.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Go ahead with the minutes.
I'll move to accept the minutes last week.
There was something on the, closed meeting minutes that,
You want to adjust?
yeah.
I'm writing, what'd you say? Something?
There was a change on the closed minutes.
Okay, we can.
We'll have to close it.
Yeah, we'll have to close it. Got it.
And the only thing that is in the paragraph, you said was and wasn't, it should have been wasn't with, Blaine's.
Okay. I can open them if you guys do you want to close it and I'll open the
Yeah,
minutes and
close
just,
it.
okay.
Just for a second.
Well, let's go on the open meeting and just get that done. So I'll move to accept the minutes for the
Okay.
open meeting.
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We'll close for a second if we can change.
Okay.
What is the wizard or what? Okay, we're back on, we're in the correspondence.
So I'll move to accept the closed meeting minutes as amended.
Second it.
Any public comment? Needs none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're into the correspondence. First one from Burke. This is just showing that we've sent our letters and getting that stuff into them that they've asked for. Next one. Next one's on from Mako, and it's a county tax appeal boards, appointments and training. If anybody wants to be on the for this year for Mako and them.
Who's the tax appeal board secretary now?
I am.
You are?
I am. Mhm. I
Right, it's easy.
It's gonna be a very busy year. I'm definitely going to the training after talking with Julie.
Okay,
So on this first thing, should we, do we gotta answer this?
We do, and
Jeremiah and them.
it'll be on your agenda next week. I have a couple of things from Jeremiah with task orders for DSSMR, but the responses that are needed from that are for miscalculations that were in that. And so Jeremiah had reached out to Dow. And Dow is just gonna go ahead and fix it and should have something ready to submit by the end of the month, and they're not gonna recontract with us or charge us because it was a mistake on their part. So we should be in good shape.
Okay, the next one's from the Montana Department of Administration, delinquent annual financial report for local government.
Okay, and on this one, I'm sure that Cam is up on it and working on it. They were it's due on the 31st of January or December. The annual report is, and they haven't received it yet. For fiscal 22. Are we in 23 now? Yeah.
So who's this from?
The Department of Administration. That's where the report goes to.
When you get that, yeah, audit and
Yeah.
all that done, yeah.
They're just letting us know that they haven't received it yet.
Hmm.
And our annual report person, Tana, is up on it. She's,
So it's gonna be done.
yeah, it will be done.
Next one's from Montana Association, NACO, on our insurance, they lost one county or something, and our rates might go up a little bit, they're gonna get with us and come in no later. They're gonna set up a meeting and come in and explain.
So they better get out there and find some accounts, you know.
Next one is from Chantel Superiors. From Mako, or sent to Mako, action needed on our proposed House Bill 328 audio and video recordings. And we're talking about that later today. It's on our agenda, so I'm sorry that. Oh, here's a second page of that. And that's all that I have on correspondence. Any public comment on correspondence?
Oh, this is the rest of it.
Nope.
We'll go into public comment. Steve. Any public comment?
Elena.
Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. For the record, Elena Gagliano. I didn't catch why the mics were muted at 9:01 when I was waiting.
Because we had a personal issue with the closed meeting session from last week, we had to change something on the. So we
Minutes.
shut it down on the minutes to shut it down and change it. It was just typed wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, Blaine.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, you?
Good, thanks.
So one thing, Blaine, we closed the meeting for a couple minutes to make a change on the closed session meeting. It was just a word change. It didn't make any difference, and so we closed it for a minute to do that. That's perfectly fine, correct?
Correct. Sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Blaine.
You're welcome.
Just wanted to clarify it because
We have a question.
we had a question on it.
Okay.
Any other public comment?
Paul gonna come in.
Think so. I haven't talked to him, so I. Yeah. I didn't hear nothing, so. I think he said last week he's got some stuff he wants to show us, so.
What kind of stuff?
I guess that wish list stuff, I said, well, hang on till 27th, we can bring it in and. You know, he just got a couple little things and 3 things or something, it just. Update us a little bit on some of the stuff.
Here, there was a big wreck down by your place.
Yeah, I had a call, I was supposed to go change a flat tire and I knew how bad the roads were there. And I went the other way, thank God, that guy that got hit, he was changing that flat tire.
Here, what?
He was changing, trying to help the people with the flat tire and got hit.
Oh,
That would have been me, but I went the other way and went and got the guy out of the ditch. Cause I knew there was just piling him up.
Is that the pile up or?
did he get hurt?
Yeah, yeah, I haven't heard no more, but yeah, he got hurt. People won't slow down, that's in the legislature, they should get something, they gotta get these trucks and
I've been telling them that. They won't listen.
they're gonna kill, I mean, you can't. We are on that corner right by Nimrod, you go past the swimming hole there, that next corner, the other day, we were there on a rollover. And they were still going by us too wide and we're on the passing lane, and I mean, it's with it. I went and got my other record and brought it and tried to get them, by the time I parked probably close to 1,000 feet back is what the law says. They cut in. As soon as they got past the record, they cut right back in, so they didn't do no good on the record, they ran over the cones, they hit the sign, if you're just a death trap.
It is. You know, this 80-mile-an-hour thing should be on the east side only. You know,
Well,
where you can see forever, you know, and there's not many people out there.
Yeah.
But here where you got the corners and the ice and the,
Well, then they got them trucks, they set in cruisers and soon as then they climb on the brake. I'll be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real good out
the
there.
latest wreck, was that where you just come out before you go to the, like you're going down. Before you go to the rest station?
Mhm. Yeah, right in there again, cause that warm water, that steam comes off that and coats the road. Yeah, it was bad, it was terrible, yeah, it's not fun out there.
Well, I think that's.
It don't matter what you wear, you put on all your orange stuff and that's just a target. Seems like it. I've never ripped off so many people and yell at them going by, I mean, they, wow, some of them will just throw both hands up like. "Hmm." You know, and their hands are off their steering wheel and they're going right by 80. And you're like a big rock. But, alrighty, well, we'll go into we're a minute early, but we're going into the bid opening for the county ambulance lease option discussion decision.
We don't have any.
That's sad when you got a brand new ambulance and that, and nobody wants to try, you know, I thought Phillipsburg was, I see he's coming in to talk to us here later, but. You know, they talked about it.
It was
Chad, but I mean, it's just. So do you? Put them out for sale, but then if we ever lose our ambulances, then we have to buy ambulances, or what do we do now?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem, we need to talk to Blaine a little bit, and see what for sure we do with them now. They gotta be maintained and took care of to keep up. To meet the state requirements, so. I don't know if they even have stuff in them, or, I don't know, nothing. The Drummond ones are the same way, they, you know, they haven't been forever. We go in there, the snow tires and stuff, or,
Well, I'm just gonna throw this out. Like our breakup, if the road crew down. Any chance that they could be going down there and run them around a little bit and
doing what?
run them around, you know, the ambulances, just to keep the.
They need to
everything
be
circulating and
They need to be started once a week, just in case, or what if we had a big emergency there? They needed a couple of ones, like when they went up to use it, they had to go, Paul said. Jim over or Jake over one, and go over and jump it, make sure it started. I mean, stuff like that.
But we probably couldn't add it on to their,
They could go and get started on Paul and stop by and have him just swing in there. And start them, at least have them run for 15, 20
let's
minutes.
talk to them about it.
Yes, there ain't no reason, just that, there you got Brandon building, Brandon there and what's it. Did you ever hear from Jim Watt on the ambulance building?
Nope.
Bam, this is done, so can't get hold of him.
What's he gonna do? Start tired of it?
So. I guess we're waiting on call 9:25. A few minutes, 2 minutes. It won't matter. Good, are you okay?
Oh, Blaine has his hand up.
No, go ahead, Blaine.
I was gonna say that, the commission could decide to sell those ambulances if they feel they're unneeded. I think the issue would be as soon as you sell them, that you might need them again, so, but something you can get on your agenda, to decide upon.
Yeah, that's what I brought up. I said about time we get rid of them, if there was emergency, something we need them. Maybe keep the newer ones, get rid of the older ones or something. I don't know. Like, it's sad to see them sit there.
Yeah, so no inquiries at all about putting in a bid then,
Uh-uh.
okay.
So Paul, where do we rate in the districts in basketball?
3.
Three? I was wondering, who's first? Drummond
Yeah, good question.
or Sealy, between Sealy and Drummond? Has Drummond beat Sealy?
Yeah, they split.
We did too.
Drummond girls might be one.
Yeah, very exciting game on Saturday.
Tournaments this week? Next.
13th, next week, yeah.
They're still meetings this week?
Yeah, there's,
Darby, we gotta go to Darby today, senior night's Thursday night here, and then we gotta go to Superior Saturday. I'm taking gas donations, if any of you guys want to chip in.
Yeah, it
Were you yelling and screaming?
I'm quiet, he was kind of yelling. but no.
There's your big games and. But see, Saturday, every big game. That's good, pretty exciting.
That's gotta give them confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it went drumming and beat them.
Yeah, we lost her. Running Friday night, feeling better.
Morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Going on.
Not much.
Well, we're gonna jump right into the road and bring calls here. For solid waste road and bridge. I was gonna ask you maybe during the week if you could swing by and just start the handle things. If we're on for a little bit.
Why?
And then one, the charge.
Jesus. I'm not an ambulance guy, but I guess I could.
You might need them some days.
If I, they'll be coming for me in a different kind. They need to be started, I'm sure I could start them and let them run a little while.
That's just to keep them cars out, we're trying to.
Just one down here or what?
I can start the ones in drumming. It's just that they've just been sitting there, we never got nobody wanted to lease them when it's nothing, so. Oh. Anyway, go ahead.
We're just throwing lots of sand down because we got a lot of ice. And that's about it. Open a bunch of windrows back up again. East Fork looks great. Whoever did that did a good jam. And other than that, there's not much, they're crushing right along. So the weather's been good for that at least.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing.
That's about it. The old backhoe should be done maybe tomorrow for the dump.
How long is that taking?
You know, it's quite a lot where we had to get line board and everything else, there's parts, you can't get nothing. Anymore.
Yeah. Other than that, that's about it.
So we were kind of discussing last week on the truck and we brought the truck back and. So I guess you use it. For what reason?
Just for the road guys.
And what'd you use before? You had that?
Well, the only other one they've got is the old 1-ton Dodge with the welder and everything else. So are we talking about this next thing? The silver truck and the white truck?
So the silver truck, we were talking about. We're not gonna put the silver one out for auction.
I thought they were gonna use it here.
And then I'm talking with people,
I guess we jumped ahead there,
well, this is
it's on the agenda,
for after.
just that. We can go ahead.
Okay.
Cause he,
Well, he was kind of,
Well, let's get done with this first. No, go to the silver truck.
okay,
So how's the rock looking at the? Good. Good. I think he's gonna get it done the way the weather's looking. I mean, God, it's nice out. You know. It's been looking pretty good for him.
pretty good gravel.
Looks good, yeah. You talked to anybody about measuring it, to see when we get? No, we'll have hands do it. I haven't talked to him yet, but since he's a county surveyor, we'll have to do it. I thought. As soon as, when he feels like he's got about 13,000 yards in there. Then I thought we'd go get a survey, and then. When he's done, we'll have to have him do it again.
and he actually isn't the county surveyor, he's the examining land surveyor. Sarah Graham is our county surveyor,
Who is?
Sarah is,
Oh, I didn't know.
yeah,
So I'll have hands do it.
yeah,
I don't really just let hand look.
you didn't know that either,
Huh.
she's the assessor in the land surveyor. And then,
Sarah?
yes,
We're all like.
it was pulled into the clerk recorder's office when Bill Fair retired.
Hmm.
The county surveyor.
Hmm.
Because it was a non-paying position and
Okay.
it was. When I was clerk and recorder and I was considered what, non-qualified or something like that, because. We didn't have a clue what was going on, but it's in our office, it's part of the,
It's interesting.
you didn't know that? No. Anyway, just now you do, FYI. But Hans does all our contracting and stuff.
Yeah, that's all I was just
Yeah.
going through hands. I never.
There you go, you learned something new, Dave.
Now he thought he was too. 2 hours to get told to call.
Well, that's all we're done. I mean, we never. Huh. You learn something new.
I'm trying to think of what it was. It wasn't unqualified, it was something like that. But it was the worst word. It was, I don't remember what it was. I'll have to look it up.
Is there anything else on, for fall on the road or solid waste? Any public comment? All right, being done, we'll go.
But what about the new truck you want? We're gonna talk about that.
That 27th, we have that on. He's got stuff.
I got some stuff for some ideas though. Wanna throw them out? Yeah. So. For the dump. Got that papers on what a new backhoe costs. And. This. Can't find any new plow truck at all. This is just the one truck that I found that they'll have to take the body off of if we were to buy it. And then the second page is the, what it costs to put a dump box in the plow and everything on it. Where's that truck at? It is in it's an old California truck, it's been in California forever, it's a power company truck.
This one comes.
And they bring it to
Oh, okay.
their affiliate with Woodpecker
And
truck.
then this page,
Bottle the other one.
This is what it costs to put everything.
So I thought we were looking for another outstep. This
No, this is that feed lot. This is.
Well, how would we know
is
if
this
it's good?
what it used to go up.
Well, just by their maintenance records and stuff, and they pulled it's got 0, it's never had been in the shop for anything other than a couple of recalls. Got 126,000 on it, I put 130 on there, but. With. Not that much, or. It's not that much.
So 92K plus the 960.
It'd still be cheaper than buying a brand new one and then putting everything on.
So is this 93,125 with this too?
No,
So it's 93,000 to put the stuff on there?
yeah,
What year is this?
2008.
The
2000.
new one's 180?
2000, you can't, the problem is you can't get a new one. And. You know, that. You still gotta put one together.
At 180, that'd just be a bear truck, no family, no problem, no nothing. That's just what it cost last time, then we put in everything, so it'd be 250 probably.
Now this stuff here. We really need for our old trucks. It's just a sander for Jake's truck and a sander for the Brad's one haul. And a new plow. For Jake's. Steve Jacobson for the old truck and Hebert.
It's just updating, our sanders are wore out, it's just updating, that's what we have to bring in.
Which you guys have already discussed this then.
No, I just read it. I know what it
Okay.
is.
I don't think we need a list of all our equipment here. Yeah, I'm putting one together.
Did we ever hear anything on someone, a private person to come in and,
I've been playing phone tag with them. I think it's because a lot of places are doing their inventory right now.
That's 2 old trucks. That we have.
No, I haven't talked to him about this, I knew what he was bringing, because I asked, told him, bring a wish list. And he mentioned that, but I haven't. I read them, I know.
The sanders and the plow. I'm gonna put that on my budget regardless. Because we need it. I just thought I'd bring it in. Because it's one of those deals that if we are gonna get them, We should order them at some point, so we can have them by fall. Next year, you know,
Tell me about it, yeah. So this is four-wheel drive,
yeah,
look like pretty good. So, say we got that, would we have to do something with the boom and all that stuff?
no, that comes with base strip. No, they'll take all that off, and it comes with their truck.
Then we'll have to buy the sand and plow for it.
And then then we take it right straight to. Up by Great Falls, and they put it together like they did our other truck, you know,
And so the total cost of what,
180 something.
for the truck and the thing else?
They're both 92.
No, the other one's 93. So give the road $1 million, no?
Yeah. Get that. And then, it's. Awful important for the bathrooms at the dumps.
Yeah, that's,
I mean,
as far as I'm concerned,
That's what,
bathroom and the dump. That's a,
so I can
Yeah.
go ahead and start.
you just need what, permission from the town to do it?
No, I've actually already talked to Chad Lannis,
Uh-huh.
and he said, yeah, there'd be no problem. You know, as far as putting the septic and everything in, so if we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
do it. I would need to go ahead and start getting somebody lined up to drill a well.
But don't we have to, because it's town property, don't we have to kind of,
I think we have to ask Dan Reddish or the mayor about.
just to say if it's okay, to put an improvement on your,
It's a,
I'll call
yeah,
him, or you guys, can-
yeah, it just,
maybe we should send him a letter, that way we have it on record.
that'd be good.
yeah, just,
Billy said, yeah, I'm sure we had to ask it when we put in that other. Oh, go ahead, Blaine.
Another issue is that the agreement with the town is not a permanent one, so you may want to consider negotiating an extension to that if you're gonna put in a lot of improvements there, but
Okay.
yeah, so you may want to have an agenda item with, the mayor coming in.
We'll put him on for next week so we can kind of move on this, because if we're gonna try to get somebody to drill and that, I don't know how far everybody's out. This way we can move on it.
They're a long ways out, like everything, you know, if we're gonna do, we need to get them on. But what about the Drummond one?
same thing, I think it should be,
That's
You'd have-
counties?
no, it belongs to Drummond, doesn't it?
I thought that was changed over.
No, because remember, the mayor said that they don't pay solid waste fees because the land is theirs. And we were looking at, remember that? So, yeah. But that's another thing, being the land is Phillipsburg's and they pay dump fees, but Drummond, the land is theirs, don't. That's really not,
well, let's get going on both of them. and
Yeah.
see if we can-
yeah,
But are we gonna put a build a whole wash thing in Drummond?
Yeah, it's already got a well there, but we want to put it. Just an addition onto the scale house where they're at, with the commode and the sink in it. You know, so I'll send them a letter to both mayors then.
Yeah.
I'll get 'em on the
Really write
agenda.
up something, Just so we can get them on the agenda.
Yeah.
They-
I'll aim for-
So we can start looking to get that one. I don't even know what the contract, I guess we'd have to look at the contract with Drummond one. I always thought the ground, when the Blackfoot Challenge come in, I thought there was something changed there.
I just know what
Blaine, no?
When we
the
get
mayor
that
said
down.
was,
I just want any idea.
We'll have to check on
Yeah.
that, make sure before we do anything that we can.
like I said, that's a given, that's something that's very much needed. and
Yeah,
Now we have extra funds to do it, so. Needs to be done, right?
Okay. I got my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, no, is that all then on that stuff?
You want these back or? Just to keep
We can keep them for the
I can add them
20.
to my file.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll jump into the. County vehicles, the silver and white trucks. I guess they were getting rid of the white one, I thought it was keeping.
Yes. Well, the simple one, yeah, and what we discussed, remember, we talked about it, and then talking with everybody, they said, go ahead and take it back.
What are they gonna do then?
But see, it was in the minutes that, it was, it was in the minutes, I wasn't here the day that, it was in the minutes that they said, go ahead and take the truck,
Chuck and I agree.
yeah, and I wasn't here. So it was,
Yeah, you did.
no,
I mean, if they need it, they need it.
but then they talked and said, take it, I mean, if you need it,
Well,
take it.
it just sits out here and then, like I said, we don't have no room, get it out of here, and then if there's something, if they needed it or it's needed something hauled, it's not like you guys don't come up and haul stuff for me.
Yeah, whatever works for you guys.
Yeah,
So the gray one, you're gonna take it.
you can have
The
that,
white one, we're gonna sell,
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
that we're gonna sell.
that one,
that, yeah, so white one, and then that Explorer, we're selling that Explorer too, that we told Scott, get his stuff out, so,
We're gonna sell that too.
yes.
Let's do it.
And the blue.
and the blue one's already in the paper,
The blue,
sell.
The car,
yeah, the car,
that's already advertised.
yes.
Yeah.
But the other two aren't.
We'll put them in the
Yeah.
paper this week.
Are they gonna have that one cleaned out?
No, they better, we told him to. He said that don't, he would get at it, cause Billy said, do I have to do that? Remember? When we were like, no, you don't, cause he is going down and buying a new heat gun to take the sticker
Decal
off, so he said he is taking care of it. Just needs to get it done.
Going and buying a new heat gun and taking the sticker off of it.
Yeah, have to have that sheriff's emblem off of it.
Oh,
Remember he was sitting there telling us that? So,
oh. Buying a heat gun to take the sticker off
yeah,
of the sheriff's.
Yeah.
They don't have a heat gun.
he don't have one that works. He was gonna go down to hardware and get one.
That's why
He
they're-
needs it. for
I'd rather 25 bucks, you only work for a few minutes, half the all.
So, all right, we got that figured out.
Okay, so we're all in favor of letting take the truck back. I was the one that made the big
So we-
food
so we need a motion to put the other two on the bid.
Right, sure.
I make a motion to put those two on the bid. Tyler Lawson.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Any public comment? Being none, all in favor? Alrighty.
Can I leave now, Dad?
And I think there's more.
I think so.
Oh, they, one more quick thing on the dump, they're having a meeting tonight. In Deer Lodge. So. Next week, I should have a little bit of information on that.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'd have to know that for dividing up that money. If we were gonna do the dump, we'd have to buy all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
See what they say. All right,
Okay.
you guys have a good day.
You too.
See ya.
You too.
Thanks. Yeah, see you later.
We got a few minutes. Oh, on that, I'll bring it up again that. We talked about it through the safety people, the guys need to be wearing their orange vests. Yeah, I noticed they're not, they got, some of them are hanging in the trucks, but they need to wear. them. It's just the way it is.
So
We're gonna send them a letter telling them it's mandatory to wear them.
they
There's
get,
already a thing in our, in the safety book that says, and OSHA says you have to, so they need to start wearing them. I mean, it's.
should they get maybe those fluorescent shirts or something? They do have an equipment budget. They get what, $400?
And we bought that vest before, or even just a vest or just something that they can actually see them when they're walking across the street down there in the hall. You can't see them.
No,
I mean, they all wear
No.
Carhartt jackets and it's just, it's safety, just they need, now they're gonna be told they have to. This is
agree.
the seventh week. I've been keeping back.
Yeah, well,
back. There's one hanging in the truck and Jackie's brought it to attention and Brody, we have a safety meeting this afternoon at 1 o'clock. They asked if I'd come to it, so. It's
What
not,
kind of safety meeting?
it's
A
through
state fund,
state fund.
like a workers' compensation.
They
thing.
just brought it up and it's not on the agenda, but they're coming today and I said I'd stay for it.
Who's that?
State
Brody
fund.
and Brody. And Jackie and what's that?
Mike,
Mike. Yeah. So we'll go over that stuff, but it's just a rec, now it's mandatory. Like, if there's-
Well, everybody else in that kind of job seems to be wearing them.
Yeah,
It's just, they say, well, they have to take them on off. Well, you know what, leave them.
well, we can get shirts too, why can't they just get some shirts?
It's about being, you know, it's about saving their lives. I mean, it's gonna help. Like, when Jackie had that safety meeting here not too long ago, and they're here, they asked about it. So. It's been brought to their attention, now they just, I guess we just need to send a letter to the.
I'll send it out to them today. I'll
Yeah,
send it to both road shops and to Paul.
Just a thought, anyway, we could get some kind of a vest, like, they get used to it with pockets and a nice vest. So they get used to putting things in them, and then they couldn't live without them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing about, we'll get it.
Or like in the summer, wear shirts that are fluorescent with safety shit.
Okay.
Safety stuff with pockets,
Hey, you're gonna bother me.
safety stuff.
It's just time, it's,
No, they should, absolutely should.
you know, I mean, the state does it, everybody else does it. It's
Yeah.
just-
I think even the city does it, don't they? They're wearing their fluorescent stuff all the time.
yeah. they do.
It's just. Alrighty, well, we're a couple minutes early, but we'll jump into the. Brandon Paris Dam Tender Report. Lake 64-28-22, 15.36 inches. We'll go on. So it came up this morning.
15.1.
3.6.
What was the elevation?
64-28-22.
And it updated again, and now it's at 64-28.21. It updated at 8 AM after I pulled back.
You gotta sign them.
How come it's such big? I guess that's big, and when you look at it. Like here. I mean, it's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. All probably through the day, right?
I don't know how their monitor works. I noticed
Well-
that.
When you look at,
Last week we were 15.7.
That's, yeah, 15.7. That's just really. Ripped the thing, and
15.72.
what is it today?
15.36.
So it's still going up. It's going up.
There.
I mean.
Well, I'm just,
Are you still looking?
when you look at it and say, okay. I know you wanna keep it at 6. But when we look at it and say what's coming in and coming out. I think bringing 10 coming out and it's still rising is. And then when the does start melting, I'm sure we'll. I don't know, I still wanna keep it at 10, I think that's fine.
Oh, is that your motion?
Oh, that's not gonna make comment, okay. Yeah,
Is that your motion?
well, that's another thing. Yeah, I'll make a motion and keep it at 10.
I say a few things first. There's a little over 15 coming in. We're at 10. We're 2 inches higher than we were last year at 6. The snowpack is 103% of normal for this time of year.
I just saw it this morning with 90. In the whole upper part for
That just came from them. And like I said, last year at 6, we're 2 inches above that right now at 10. Our extended weather forecast is cold and wet, and I can show you that or phone if you would. And last year when we went over the spillway, we're 2 inches above that now.
You did go over spillway last year.
I have pictures on it.
Last year?
If you'd like to see them on July
No.
7th, I have photos. And I don't know why you don't wanna believe me ever, Chuck, but I do have photos of it going over. I watched it and I waited and waited till it finally went over. And we're above that, and if we don't try to catch it now, we're not gonna catch it. You know, the 10-day forecast calls for snow. Probably get a little more tonight too.
So I'm gonna stick with, listening to you, I understand where you're coming from, but right now I think 10 is what to stay at, and then maybe in a couple of weeks, if it's coming up and up, like I said, when it gets to 12, we can maybe increase it a little bit.
Yeah, if we're sure it's gonna fill, we can increase it. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Since we've been online, have we ever not filled?
What,
Since 2012, have we ever not filled?
Since I've been here, we've always filled, but I'm not, every year, I'm not trying to argue with you, but I'm just saying that every year is different. Because the snow pack, just by what I still hunting quite pretty hard and up in the garnets and that, it's just the moisture ain't in the snow, and that's what I'm worried about, but I don't mind leaving it at 10, but there's no moisture in the ground. I was yesterday with my dozer digging in my yard and shit, I'm rolling, there ain't no frost. I mean, it's going into the ground, what little bit we have, but my snow was just about gone yesterday. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to argue if it fall or nothing, but I don't think the moisture, I don't believe them on their. They say the percentage of this, maybe the snow sitting there and they're measuring that there's this much sitting there, but what the hell's there?
The water content,
Yeah,
the water content is above the 30-year average, right?
I mean, I just have,
what is it?
Hmm.
What's the water content?
I just have a hard time on that being, before I've been driving up and.
Well, I know what I see at my place.
I would leave it at 10, sure,
Well, if you say it's coming in at 15, what should said according to,
that means
Odd.
it. No, you're fine, I'm just gonna say it, because last week they said it was more, so that.
yeah,
And last week they said it was 30. They said it was 32.
17.
What, did that letter say it was incoming was 32?
No, I think it said 17.
No, look in the book.
so for like in that report from him, the average coming in for December was 16. And then it fluctuated in and out. And if that's what he puts on his report, I would tend to believe him, because why would he falsify it? Why would he falsify it? That Todd's. Oh, what are you talking about?
No, Chuck said right here where it says snow packet, this is from Paul.
No, it's from, yeah,
Well, this one that says, the lake has come up 1.32 inches in the last week with inflows of 32. This is what we're.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, come from, Paul and Ben. Or Ben.
it's 32.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
This comes from, just from you.
Maybe it's a typo.
Yeah. No, that can't be
I
right.
mean, let me go back to here.
That's what we were arguing about last week, that, as I said, there's not no 32 coming. in. That's what you brought.
Yeah,
right?
it's,
Oh, I thought you were talking about,
Well, I'm definitely for leaving it at 10, not second the motion, but. I think we better tell them that we want to another week, there's a week to see what it's doing. Well, I just like to see if there's any hands.
okay,
Is Fish and Game on? No, imagine that.
so we have,
Just frustrating why we have to listen to them when they don't even
Participate.
attempt to be on and help out on some of this stuff.
Mhm.
Once again, they just can't seem to take 2 minutes of their busy schedule. What do you got, Paul?
I'm just looking for what I sent you. That's,
Yeah, this is what I put in the book last week. That's what the big we were arguing, there ain't no way 32 is coming in. And somehow it makes more sense at 15. And that's like.
yeah, it's 15, a minute 15. So do we get another report from? For him,
Yeah,
is
we-
it about the middle of February that,
Usually it's the beginning of every month, but I don't know if it'll be a little later since you just did one a couple weeks ago.
Did we
But I'll
get anything
touch
from
base with them.
Tinder?
We did not get a dam tender report today.
and we'll, go ahead, we'll request another report from Todd for next Tuesday.
Okay,
We'll request a report from him for next week. We'll stay at 10 this week.
All right.
February is gonna be over really fast and then it's gonna be warm,
exactly,
yeah.
that's. That's the scary part, and then when that snow disappears, and you see there was no runoff, because it all went into the ground. We've been there before.
I don't think our ground in this area is suffering that bad.
What?
In our area, I think the ground got pretty wet last spring. And, you
Last
know,
spring,
and then,
it dried out all summer.
it tends to do that around here. You know, the lake always fills. Always. And we're running a lot higher CFS out of there, out of the plant, which is more money for the county also, but the lake always fills. Since 2012. And we've been pumping out 3 times the amount that we have now.
That's what they used to say for Lake Powell, and Lake Beach.
Any public.
Once again, we're right here. And our weather shows. Above average, and it shows above average for the High Line and everywhere else.
That was okay.
For the rains.
The High Line is in the drought.
They are coming, the weather is coming for their, extended forecast.
Well, I hope we're all right, everybody's. Is needed.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we'll leave it at 10 and then start looking, you know, and then we'll have a report if we can get with the Todd next week.
Yeah, and that 32 was a typo.
Once that not to be argued over that. Gotta make sure we'll change
I
that.
couldn't be here, I apologize.
don't worry.
Sorry. But if we check out the extended forecast and the report from Todd is always helpful. I thought he sent us one in every month.
Well,
Usually he does. Usually it's like the first week of every month, but I don't know if it got delayed because he had just sent one like the second to last week of January.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, yeah, we
That
asked,
was a request.
Yeah.
we requested one when we usually don't, so he might have just now moved this.
But like the one we just got, he just did through December, he didn't really do January, so January's done, so. I think he could do one for January
And then they see,
anytime.
yeah, and then see what his outlook
Yeah.
looks like for February, just do two of them right at the same time.
And the ice on the lake is about 18 inches
18.
where I was at anyway.
Nice.
When I was fishing for 1 hour a year. It's plenty. No. No.
Well, thanks for coming in, Paul.
All right.
Thanks.
You guys have a good week.
You too.
You too. See you Thursday.
Okay, that sounds good.
On favor?
I,
I'm going to Darby today.
No,
no, I'm not going.
Very bad, he opposed. But he opposed.
I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty worried. I ain't kidding. I drove up behind the house and there's snow packed, but there's nothing there. If that's why I don't understand. You can look and see the snow up on the mountain. You hear these guys are wrecking their sleds because they're just. They're flat and they're getting stung.
you know, we haven't had moisture like we usually get. We get a thaw. We never do get a thaw, at least my place, and it's been cold since. 1st of November, actually. And the snow that was on my driveway, the ice, has not melted, and it's never done that before. It's not melted. At all. So. There's just no moisture. It just, like I say, we used to get, rain, some rain, and then it'd be sleety and snowy and big flakes, and then it'd be cold, and you get the little flakes and the, whatever. We haven't had that. We just had cold snow.
Well,
At my place.
the thing about the wind, like yesterday, it was starting. In my yard, the water was running, and then all of a sudden here come that wind, and it was just, and how much evaporation that makes. That's the whole thing. Oh, it's gonna be a tough year.
But then it might rain all summer too.
Yeah.
No reason to worry.
Hmm.
Well, I
We don't
looked at
know.
the forecast, and it looks like one day, maybe Wednesday, 30%.
Yeah, I think so.
30% is enough. That's just so.
See, the night shower and snow and something. Alrighty. I guess we gotta wait. We got a couple minutes. Is he coming in?
Yes,
Chad Green?
yes, as far as I know.
Uh,
Just a
his
hospital
report on
update.
hospital.
There's a
Remind me to
40%
ask you
chance.
about them ambulances, cause they were interested, these, and then all of a sudden now it's.
Wasn't feasible, maybe.
You have any comments, Wayne? No,
No, other than the solid waste site at Sorensen Lane is owned by the town of Drummond. So,
yeah.
We'll have to look,
Go ahead.
we'll have to look at the agreement we have with them, but yeah, both agreements could be modified to
Yeah,
extend the time that of the county's lease.
well, we're gonna
Get them on the
send them a
agenda.
letter and put them on for the agenda next week, and then we'll have the. Leases in front of us, and we can kind of maybe we can modify them right then if they're both here or whatever.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'd like to see the lease with German to see if it does state that they won't have to pay a solid waste fee because they own the property, because Peter does pay one.
So Paper does pay.
Yeah.
And they own the property.
For sure.
We can get him right now, look at him when we got a few minutes, if he's not, I mean, it's not on the agenda,
Well,
but.
Vicky probably, when she comes in, she probably tell us,
Okay.
or the leases you mean?
Yeah. I thought it better put them on the agenda for next week. In the right way. That's what, you know, if we're right here, and we have a few minutes, I don't see why it can't, or just, we're not making a decision, not go just review and looking at it, like, and then that law, I'm sure it said that. You know, we've gone through this when we talked to the Attorney General, because Elaine complained so much, and we've gone, Elaine's covered everything, so he knows we're doing it right.
Mhm.
Good job, Elaine.
Thanks.
Well, it's just frustrating that, you know, like right here, we got a few minutes, like couldn't we just close for a couple minutes, just look at least so we're prepared for next week while we're sitting here. Cause then
Yeah,
they complain if we talk, if I call either of you, then she's on there complaining that, oh, you.
That's on the agenda.
Yeah,
I wouldn't close the meeting, but yeah, you can look at agreements. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because we're not making a decision.
exactly.
But I have.
I mean, we still gotta do business and what, you know, we're sitting here, we got, why wouldn't the taxpayers want us looking and doing stuff there, you know? Which she's always saying, no, you can't.
Yeah,
Wouldn't, but it just don't make sense.
no,
I mean, it's using common sense and we would look at something, at least we. Be prepared and then we can look and have more stuff in front of us for next week on the agenda. Still waiting to get released that day and then we're out, well, we'll have to make another, we could speed up the transaction.
I have. Complaint office.
Oh, had her hand up. That went off. I have.
oh. Yeah,
I thought I seen him walk. Go ahead, Elena. Nope,
no, she didn't, she just did a laughing emoji on her,
See, that's not.
yeah, that's typical. I need some laughing emojis on mine.
Here's our Granite County Solid
I got
Waste District policies and procedures.
I'll just laugh and everybody can see it.
Careful, you can't do that on there, because you're on Zoom, and we got to talk for that, because we make facial expressions, have an idea. You know.
Can't laugh either.
Yeah, right. That's kind of funny.
And you look bewildered.
That's what I should-
Or dumb. Hey, Vicky.
Hi, kids.
Maybe he's not coming in.
Yeah, maybe not, you know, usually.
If,
Hey, Vicky, quick question.
Should have resolution.
That's quick. I know.
Oh, and I mentioned Jim went downstairs. He's got that water thing sitting there. He took the instructions home there. Read them.
Hi, Leanne.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we need to get it over to him. We gotta get it here. We gotta get
Who took them home?
a date to them home to read them.
Oh, is he putting it in?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Is he our handyman now?
Well, she don't think he can do it.
Oh.
We already made that day we said he could do it.
Hebert pays solid waste fees? Do they?
Hebert who?
The town of Phillipsburg? No. Oh, they don't? Okay, my bad. They don't
Don't want,
pay, the town doesn't pay solid waste, so they call their garbage out for free because it's their land. Pretty much.
Yeah, well, it was their dump site to begin with, and then they turned it over to the county and. It was always our, I don't know if we would ever even find anything written saying that they got free garbage. So I
I
have no
wonder if
idea.
there'd ever be an option of it being it's county, we have all our stuff on, why Maybe we can buy that piece of ground.
Well, here's the thing, the county pays solid waste fees,
We do.
so,
Wait a minute,
yeah, the county does.
This, Robinson's.
No, we pay solid waste fees.
Yeah, it's on our, it's on
Yeah.
our, it's on each, yeah, the jail, plus we pay. Plus we paid Mr. Robinson to pick up our
That's
garbage.
what I, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do
Yeah.
pay, fees.
135 is on the, yeah,
How many units do we pay fees for?
Okay.
Off the top of your head.
I'm thinking probably at least 10.
Yeah.
Probably 13 units.
So why should the county? And I always thought that when we first became that district is, why are we county paying? Cause it's the
Yeah.
county,
Yeah,
but we did, we decided, okay, we did, so I don't know, I think. Municipalities should be paying it too, even if it is their land,
Well, we pay water and sewer and drumming.
yeah,
don't we pay it here?
and it's our building.
I brought that up before.
Thank you, Vicky.
I'll be back.
No, that's something
I agree with you.
that we need to look into, and I think that we can look into it.
It was brought up at one of the meetings and stuff.
So let's see, 10 units just for the courthouse. At 135 units.
That's 1,300.
Well, state probably puts a lot in there for the tourists. Don't,
Absolutely.
no way. a minute.
I thought they did pay for units. No, they, lots and lots and lots of garbage goes,
Yeah,
and they used to have a garbage can by the post office when the post office decided they weren't going to. And so they took it away from the post office because people were coming out of the post office and putting it in the garbage, they didn't want to haul it.
yeah. Something's gotta be done there,
I think we need to think about that when.
especially that tourist garbage. I mean, that's,
What is this?
that's just too much.
I think that's a problem in town too, the garbage.
Mhm.
I think garbage in town is a problem too, that they discuss at a lot of their town council meetings and things of that nature. I know on our library board, it's something like that comes up because people will just like empty their cars or bring their garbage from home and put it in the public garbages. I think garbage is an issue. Mhm.
Scary business.
Hmm?
It's a scary business.
Yeah.
Paul Kelly sent me a thing, he said, we are about 16 inches below Crest water over spillways at 522.
When, what date?
July 5th, 22.
That's when he's saying it went over the spillway.
Below then?
16 inches above.
Bull. Oh. Sorry, what does that have to do with now?
I'm just, he just sent me that, I'm just messenger.
Okay, what did he say, July,
July 5th on our
July sixth, it was 6429.46.
How much?
418.
6429.46 and full is 6429.50. So it's 0.46 on July sixth at 9:45 PM. I'm just looking at the graph,
So it's 4.6 and 5.0, so
yeah, so it's,
that's 16 inches. Didn't you say 16 inches?
I think below the spillway. So where does the
Well,
lake
that
hit the
is-
spillway
that
at
is
full
full
pull? Is
pool.
that at
so you would do the 6429.50. Subtracted 6429.46 divided by 12. Or times 20.
You sure it wasn't 1.6 inches?
Maybe it was that, I'm just reading with you. It said 16 inches.
No, it's gotta be more.
We close for a minute.
yeah, hold on.
We're gonna close for a minute. We're back on.
So what's 0.48 that happening?
Being said,
And it was the same way on July 5th.
it's gotta be 1.6, not 16. It was a tight arrow.
And then July
Correct.
13th, that was 0.45.
Yeah, but these 32 is typo too. You kind of use the typos around here.
It's the new thing of 2023. It's just what we're gonna do this year.
So we got within a half inch of full to the whole.
I thought when the water went over last year, I wasn't gonna argue, but I thought when the water went over, when I drove up there, I have it on that, was the wind blowing it, it's taking.
Yeah,
Cause remember I
I
drove
agree.
up there, cause some guys were saying it's going on, I said, I went up.
And you
I
went up
drove-
there and said it was just the wind.
Yeah, cause that's when I noticed that other stuff.
Wayne has a comment.
Go ahead, Blaine.
Oh, I remember you saying it was the wind as well, because the readings were never at totally full pull, as I recall.
That's when we got them 30 and 40 mile an hour winds and it was just, cause them,
Ribbon.
somebody made you about that buoy thing across there too was moving so much.
Right.
Yeah, I was up there one of those days, and yeah, it was windy, but it was very, very close. So to full
That
pull.
was the day you went up and didn't take me to lunch. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, sorry.
Agree. I got thinking about after you said that. And,
The wind. Right.
well, you want to talk about the bouquet? Is this a close thing? Blaine?
It doesn't need to be, but it can be for litigation strategy. Basically just it's ordered by the court to do mediation, and so we just need to set it up, who's gonna go and what authority they have. Ultimately, any decision made there would be subject to bring it back to the commission to give a final vote on. But if you'd like to, the commission would like to close it, you can.
It's up to you, really. You're the kind of in charge of that one. If you feel comfortable leaving it open, I don't have no problem.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being left open. Mediator, well, I recommended either Dennis Lind or CJ Johnson, and CJ Johnson is available for March 9th at 10 a.m. And I can plan to go to that. It's in Missoula. And then if one of the commissioners wants to go. And so I think a motion today would be to approve the mediation and who will go, and that any decision there will be preliminary, and that we'll bring back the agreement to the commission to get final approval on. Not real hopeful that we're going to be able to agree to anything there. Plaintiffs are pretty adamant it's not a county road or a public road, and there's good evidence. It's good evidence there's a county road there, and even stronger evidence that there's a public prescriptive right if it's not a county road.
So if it comes down and we, I guess you'd say win this, does he have to pay all of our stuff that we've spent the money doing?
It would be in the discretion of the court to allow reasonable costs, but that's definitely it's in play. One of the issues is the Backays aren't paying for attorney's fees. It's the title company, in my understanding. So, and here the title company attorneys are the ones making the money. So hopefully we can reach a settlement, but I'm not real hopeful. It's right now set for trial in June.
So we'll go ahead and entertain a motion to go ahead with the mediation on March 9th. Is that what you kind of want to say in Blaine?
Yes, and then who would be the commission's representative to go?
I'll go.
Okay, I was just gonna offer, but that's okay.
Yeah, I can go.
Okay,
I'll go with Blaine and I can go down there to it.
and he can come pick you up, and you can take the new car.
I might have other plans.
Well,
I'll yeah, that's fine taking the county car.
But yeah, we'll just up. So I need a second.
who
I'll
first did it?
Who
Who made the motion?
the motion?
You did?
Yeah.
And you
Okay, I'll
seconded it?
second the motion.
Any public comment? Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
I'll go with you, Blaine, March 9th.
And you
All
pick him
right,
up car, no.
sounds good. We could yeah, we'll make arrangements to ride down together or meet down there, whatever works best for you.
We might not be able to drive yet.
Oh yeah, you might be, I might have to drive you.
Yeah, I'm not clear to drive yet. So but hopefully by then I'll let you know.
Where the other. We have an ambulance we can use.
Yeah, I gotta run it anyway.
I don't know if I trust you driving it.
No.
Cleveland.
Honestly.
We're a little ways ahead.
Do you want me to go grab Vicky? If she's available?
Yeah. We can do that. Somebody has to come on, we can sum up. Okay.
Not even on.
We'll just get Vicky to come in.
He's gonna come in now.
We actually better stop that.
Yeah.
Hi, kids again.
Wow.
Okay, so I have November and December. Oh, okay. This is pledge security stuff for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Checking account. And I always forget, am I supposed to give these to you before so you can? Put
If
them
not,
on?
it doesn't
Oh,
matter,
okay.
whatever works out
always
best for
forget.
you is totally fine.
What's what? That was a check to her, Maureen Cash. That's her name. No, no, no. Did I give you one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I must have had an extra with those. Okay, so this is for November. So we had checking was 2,547,767. Deposits and transfer 269,668. Outstanding checks were 518,346.50. I had a deposit error 374,709, which was STIP I forgot to take out twice, so anyway. So it balanced out to 1,924,379. Payroll was 48,096.20. CD is the same, pretty much always, 529,775. Protested STIP 377.15. Memorial was 370. 37,952. Airport was 69,341.
These airport, these are 68.
Well, you know, and interest is outstanding and stiff. We've got over 4 points now. And I mean, it was below 0.0 at one time. We're getting like 30, yeah, we're like getting 35,000 in total interest for the whole. Yeah, I like to see it. Yeah, 35,000 in STIP interest. So it's awesome. STIP was 9,722. Treasury, I only got one treasury bill outstanding for 162,435. So on one side we had, or Black Mountain side was 11,979,000. So a difference of minus $2,025 and $3. Can't talk. Okay. So we have December. And Social Securities and pledge securities. Check register.
Yeah, here going back down to 68.
Oh, it shouldn't. That must have been my error. No, it should be the same. And then part what my difference is, right? No. Oh, I will fix that. There's yours. You were what? You were not. You thought I never looked at it. I was like, it was a trick just to see if anybody was
Paying attention.
Yes,
I do pay attention now and then. Always.
not always, huh? Okay, so this is for December.
Yeah, it's been,
I must have taken it from a different month. Yeah. That's weird. Yes, I did both of them that way. No,
Because the memorial's different too.
yeah, it is, and it went down instead of going up. I will fix that.
No, memorial went up and from when the airport went down. Why is that?
They shouldn't have. I will fix that. No, I will fix it.
Yeah.
So checking was 1,056,750. Deposits in transit were 25,514. Treasurer's checks were 75,444, which left a balance of $1,006,821. Payroll was 43,576. CDs was 529,775. Stick protested 378.43. Memorial, which I will fix that, 39,225. Airport, which I will fix that one too, 68,357. STIP was 10,148,607. Treasury bills was 162,620. So on Black Mountain side was 11,979,163, which left a difference of 3,376,67. And then I had on the calendar too about raising the notary from $1 to $5.
$5?
Yeah. I don't know if that's okay with you guys or.
Why do you feel you need to raise it?
Just because we've had it that way for $1 forever, and like the bank is charging almost $10 now. Which. We get quite a few people that come up here.
Is there more paperwork and stuff now too? With the
No.
notary thing?
No,
It's
no, but I am probably not gonna be a notary after September, so Teresa will be the only. Notary that can do everything, because now you have to take a test. Before I was always grandfathered in, not anymore.
so it would cost the county to send her your classes.
Well, because you guys buy her stamp and pay for her insurance.
But that's all going on through.
Yeah, I'm sure. So
So where do you put the funds that you get for?
it goes into treasurer's miscellaneous. We do it about once a month. But there's quite a few people that come in and they're always surprised that it's $1, so.
What surprising George King?
That's what Teresa said, and I said, well, let's just go 5.
Wayne has a comment.
Go ahead, Wayne.
I was just gonna say, yeah, there's every 4 years, there's now a course and a test, so there's a lot more requirements. Then there has to be a bond paid and a fee to the Secretary of State, so there are expenses there.
Yeah, so she'll have to take that test again and
We probably have to make a motion on that, or does it
I
have to be
think-
a resolution or something on that?
does it have to be by resolution, Blaine?
No, it just needs to be a equitable fee that's based on the county's expense, and so I think a motion would be fine.
Okay, thank you. So what do you say?
I make the motion that those fees be raised to $5 from one.
No, second.
Any public comment? Thanks, Wayne. All in
Thank you.
favor? Aye. Motion
Welcome.
carried.
So one question, if
Yes.
someone brought in like 3 documents they needed notarized, would that be fine?
It's per seal, yes, yeah, so, and that's how we did with the $1, we charged $1 per seal. So if they had like 20 places, then it was $20, but. Some of those you do have, depending upon like buy sell, when you're buy sell. They're new tattoos.
I know, I was looking.
They're not all the way, I have some. Is this something we should be talking about? And I have a big. one. It's really icky right now, but
That's okay.
no, I was like, what?
Uh-huh. I was looking too.
Okay,
Anyway, go ahead, sorry.
Oh,
It's
no.
my bad.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, good job.
Okay.
I'll come
I'll
bug you
see
later,
ya. I'll talk to you later.
So Blaine, if they come up to your office and get their documents notarized, do you charge a fee?
No, other than that, because I don't want to take money in my office. They generally come up if like no one's available downstairs. But yeah, I don't. I guess it.
As a courtesy more than.
Yeah, just as a courtesy.
Otherwise, you'd have to have a money box and everything, and then it would be into that.
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, accepting money in my office is it's just a pain. I don't want to have to do all the, the accounting on it and so forth. So, yeah, I'd glad to do it as continue to do it as a courtesy if they're too busy downstairs, not available downstairs.
Alrighty. We got a little bit until the next one. For the House bill stuff, we can probably talk about that stuff though.
The House bills.
You wanna go ahead, Chuck? or- I know we're a little early, but, what time do you gotta be on? Or what time are they on now?
Well, they're doing other stuff now.
Next one comes on at
3.
3.
Do they both come on at 3 or which time does which one? They're both on during the 3 o'clock session?
Local government, yeah, both.
Okay.
House Bill 355 was yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it.
How'd it go?
Good. It was only proponents there, no opponents. I gave some quick testimony just for I wasn't representing the commission, but just the county attorney's office. But it looks like it's moving forward.
I had one question on that, Blaine. A letter was introduced from the county. I don't remember a letter from the county.
It was just a letter from me. So Maureen Connor should have said it came from the county attorney's office. I think she said Granite County though.
Yeah, so I was kind of, okay,
But there was, I don't think any opponents were there, were they?
they wouldn't dare show up on that one.
Yeah.
So Phillipsburg Maureen showed up and the mayor showed up, right, to testify. Did anyone from Drummond show up?
The mayor.
It was just,
Oh, the mayor didn't, just Maureen.
No, just Maureen
Oh, okay.
and Blaine.
Oh, I thought the mayor was going.
or Maureen was basically said she was represented for the town of Phillipsburg. Didn't see anyone from the town of Drummond there. They might have sent in written correspondence. So.
That's cool though.
But John Fitzpatrick did a good job introducing it and answering the questions, I thought. So yeah, we've got a good advocate over there.
That's good.
So Blaine, well, maybe I should wait. 323 is gonna be amended. Did you know that?
I had heard something. I don't know what the amendments are going to be though. Did you hear?
Well, a bunch of those shells. There was a fiscal note that was not expected, I guess. And so it came in late, which is a normal thing. Everybody's, wow, fiscal note and all this. And the shells made the fiscal note. So a bunch of the shells, I think, are gonna be amended out of it.
Yeah, I think, well, the County Attorneys Association's coming down against 323 because of the expense and the man hours. And my response back to that is the legislature should fund that. What's more important than our kids? And number two, if county attorneys offices are too busy to help kids, then maybe they should reconsider what they're doing.
Right. No, I agree. So it might be different. We'll just have to see today what happened.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of opponents there.
So fiscal responsibility would be on the county to do this?
I don't know, well. Here's my thought on it, that there's some really small counties, not even small enough. That. I don't know how it would work with them, and. Yeah, and if you shall do this, and you shall do that. Well, if you take the shells out. Then they don't really have to do it, it's more recommended.
Yeah.
And, for the ones that can do it, to do it. What do you think, Blaine? I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna end up.
Yeah, it takes some teeth out of it. Right now, the CPT doesn't cost us anything. It's I go school resource officer, representatives from the school, and so there's no there's no added expense to the county. But what they're saying is, you're going to be bigger counties meeting every other day. There's going to be expense there. Well, let's get this funded. Take part of CPS's funding and put towards that. In my opinion, this will make the everything more efficient. There needs to be a local check on CPS, but this is going to be a tough sell.
Well, if you're gonna talk on it, then you might say something like that.
Yep, I will.
Cause.
What's CPS? What does that mean?
Child Protective Service.
Yeah, never mind.
The issue is CPS is in my opinion, disarray right now. They've got too much power. You got 20-year-olds coming out of who have a lot of power, and even in a perfect system, there needs to be checks and balances on that kind of power, and that's what this is, a local check on CPS's power through the child protective teams. And so I just see good coming out of it, but everyone gets all sunk down in the quagmire of expense and actually having to do some work.
You see, the thing is, when you get a fiscal note, everybody's afraid of a fiscal note. It's gonna cost, obligate the state for more money or whatever. And so then there's people who will go against it just because it's got a fiscal.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I think that some of them shells were taken out to get rid of that fiscal note.
Yeah.
Which would eliminate some of their opposition. But I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
And my only concern would be if they take away the CPT teams being being able to review CPS decisions on removals, then they're taking away the teeth out of the bill, but hopefully they wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hey, Blaine, is there any possibility of amending that so like a small county
Okay.
could throw in with a big county somehow? And
All right.
if they couldn't, like, get the people to be on the panel or committee, whatever it is.
like a tri-county thing, maybe even.
Yeah,
There could be some creative ways to make it run more efficient. Yeah, something like that. I think
Okay.
that
I think that's one point of their opposition could be, like I say, these small counties can't get enough people to do it.
I could bring that up today.
Yeah, it'd be good. I think. So you jump on before me. So
All
I'll
right,
get it.
okay,
You're just gonna follow up.
I'll be I'll be on Zoom, so they always go last after the in-person people.
Yeah.
But the county commission already did a letter in support of 323. I don't know if you guys want to come out and support of 355 or just leave it as is.
Well, we could. Yeah, because it's, still gotta go through the rest of the committees and stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna have some amendments too, but I think it's not gonna be just kind of housekeeping things, it looks like.
So this 265 million that's in, that they're gonna appropriate from general fund, where did it come from? On 355,
Is that
it
the,
says,
I think it's coming from that, federal money.
oh, it's special
Yeah.
money?
it's
Isn't it
the,
Blaine, that 355?
Yeah, it's surplus in the general fund, but yeah, I believe it did come from I want to say ARPA funds, but don't quote me on that.
yeah, I think that's right.
So they've got these funds and now they can allocate
However they want.
whoever,
Mhm.
Right, and so this bill, I think is a good bill. Because the money's already there, and at least it's getting down to the smaller counties
For infrastructure
for
too.
infrastructure,
yeah.
Mhm.
so I mean. That's
Is
why I
that,
go for it.
is that like?
If it was coming from someplace else, or was a grant somewhere.
Yeah. Well, they've already got the money.
Yeah, it's already there.
One thing 355 does, it does put some work to the counties because the applications are sent to the counties and then the county prioritizes them. And they could be county projects or town project or even district projects, school districts or fire districts. But yeah, the counties holds a public hearing and then prioritizes the projects in the county.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I was. Thinking about, there's quite a bit of administrative work. Are we gonna do that or the city gonna do?
Well, the statute as is talks about that it comes from the counties. The county holds the public hearing and prioritizes the projects. So
Can
that
we-
would,
Can we take a 10% then administrative fee off of a grant? Like you can for other grants, how you get the 10% overhead?
I would need to look into that. Probably so, but I'll need to, I'll look into that. I'll look right now.
Okay, so what we're looking at is getting this money for the towns.
Yeah, but it has to go through us. And we have to do the administrative work. And they were talking about quite a bit of administrative work.
But the county itself can have applications, is my understanding. There were
Or-
road and bridge projects.
And
Yeah,
like,
whatever. So I just wondered.
Yeah.
If we're gonna
But-
throw it all.
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah. I'll look right now at that administrative fee.
And then the cash match, where's that coming from?
it would come from each entity that receives the money, so they would have to come up with the cash in kind. Right now, in kind would not be allowed as a match,
Wow. Yeah,
but it's I believe 25% is the in kind, or the match, not in kind, meant the match.
it's only 25%.
Well, it's quite big. 25%.
What is it?
The whole thing is 700, for the county is $790,000. 92, I think.
Well, we're a couple minutes early, but we'll jump into that review of proposed Montana House bill, which want to start 323.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion, the commission support 323. We did start here. And there's, like, we're just talking with Blaine about this, there's gonna be some amendments. I know there's gonna be amendments on it, and but I don't know where it's going, so, but for now, I think we should support it. You know, maybe if it's amended to be, you know.
Like the comment you were making on the shalls, instead of shall, would be putting a may into it instead of making the smaller county
That's the last word I.
Yeah. that they
I
will,
don't guarantee anything.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
what we're looking at is supporting it. And then figuring out what the fiscal mode is going to be. And the shalls, yeah, I agree, I will second your motion.
Any public comment on this?
The commission already generally approved it, but it was before we had this final language, so I think, yeah, doing another motion would be good. Thanks.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, most been very happy. All right, so now we'll jump into the 328.
at 328, I'll make a motion that we oppose, Mako is opposing it, a lot of people are opposing it. And the main reason is, that, you know, they're gonna give $500 to upgrade the audio and visual and everything, and that's like, we all know that's nothing. You know, you probably need, I'm just guessing 5,000, whatever. You come up with a decent system, and then for all these boards and everything would have to be under it, and I looked on some other counties, and I tried to find if they had anything to do with that and with video, and I couldn't find anything. Some of the smaller counties. Anyway, so I think we should.
I'm gonna kind of stay neutral on this because. I see where you're coming from, I understand your feelings, and we already have the technology and we're already doing the Zoom. But I understand you choosing not to do the video, and that's fine, but I feel I wanna be, I'm just gonna stay neutral on this.
Okay, I'll second the motion. That's cool, man. So any public comment?
Wayne,
Go ahead.
I was
Wayne.
just gonna say, my personal thoughts are that it should be a county by county basis and not a local government decision, not the state of Montana requiring it. So I'm for local control on that.
Okay,
Yeah, and I agree completely with that.
all right, so, all in favor?
oh wait, we have one more comment from Elena.
Go ahead, Elena.
Lena Gagliano for the record. There's also an addition to 7-14141, public meeting required. And I don't see anything wrong. I don't see anything wrong with that part. And I don't think the whole thing should be opposed because of the local the grant money. I think it would be consistent. There won't be any question as to what this means regarding public meeting requirements and the minutes. So I think it should be supported. And Granite County, as Blaine, I think, mentioned, the county already has everything in place. Let the little counties worry about it. Thank you.
Thanks for your comment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, you were. Okay.
Oh, I'm neutral.
You abstain.
Motion made. carried.
Then I don't say aye.
Abstain.
All right, sorry. We'll go to 355.
Oh, we were talking about this. I'll make a motion to support it. We kind of talked about it when you were out. You know, it money that's already there is probably from ARPA or a fund like ARPA that came, it's already sitting in the state government. And this is a way to get it down to the local infrastructure, people that need it, and so on.
And we'll second it.
Any public comment on this?
Elena.
Go ahead, Elena, on the House Bill number 355.
Did it not work?
No?
House Bill 355. I'm sorry, I lose you here, which one you're talking about. Going back to House Bill 328, I'm sorry, I missed the most important part of this one, is the section that has to do with 2-3214, recording of meetings for certain boards. And those additions are very important as far as I'm concerned. As a matter of fact, there is in the code a provision that it should be for little counties, for any counties, that the recording or audio or visible has to be posted on the website, which a lot of people aren't doing. So that's mine. Thank you. I'm done.
The one thing about 355 I didn't mention was, and we talked about with Blaine, that there's gonna be an administrative, and it's gotta go through the county. So we're gonna check in to see how that totally affects us. But still.
Go ahead, Blaine.
Yeah, I mean, 355 doesn't talk about the recording of meetings. That's 355 is infrastructure. I was there, well, I testified by Zoom just for county attorney's office yesterday for 355. I wasn't representing the county commission, but looks like it going forward. It's only proponents there, no opponents, and they're so it looks like it's moving forward. The issue with there is administrative work because the county would be the one that accepts the applications from all of the entities, including the towns, districts, even the county itself. And so there is some administrative work there, but one of the issues came up, as Chuck talked about, was if the county could receive an administration fee, and I'll look that up.
Okay.
Question? On the administration of these monies. So would it be up to the county that they would decide who gets it? Or is it just that it's gonna run through the county? You know what I mean?
The county would prioritize it, and the way that John Fitzpatrick was talking about, the county would then work with the Department of Commerce, and the Department of Commerce would then cut the check. But it's my understanding that the way the county prioritizes them would be the way it goes. Was that your understanding, Chuck?
Yeah. And since we're a small county, we fall under that part of the statute that says that we don't have to give a third to everybody. The statute says in bigger counties, one out or one project can get over a third of the money, but we're not into
Okay.
that. We can do with the whole 790. Right?
Yeah, that's my understanding as well. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, well, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You carry the pass. Good job on these. That's it for today. Good job, everybody. I got a meeting with Jackie and I told you that.
At 3,
One,
at 1.
so. I make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
So. I guess we got everything done.